You're such an asshole.
So we have a very innocent question from a nice girl overseas. No, she's not from the West. And so hopefully this will be a benefit to young ladies overseas. Man, you actually got to think the domestic ones are going to listen? Nah. But if you girls in the Western world were interested on how to find a man, we'll answer the general question on how do you find a man, because it is universal. But then she has some unique, specific situations to her situation that I'll address separately, because there's the general policy, but then there's execution within your own individual unique circumstance, and her situation is unique. So let me go ahead and read it here. Gotta scroll on. Okay. Hello, Mr. Clary. I've been a watcher of yours for more than 4 years, and it influenced me greatly, not to be indoctrinated by feminist and leftist ideas. I'm from a foreign country that is not a first world nation, and I work online with a little entrepreneurial thing you got going on there. Look at that. That's good. My cost of living is just $200 US, and sometimes I earn $1,000 a month on my business. She's in IT. And with some salesmanship hustle. So this is more than any of you Americans are doing. It's true. I can't. I am debt free. You are definitely doing better than most American women are doing. Absolutely. Want to make a video request regarding my questions. How should a traditional woman like me, 30 years old, be able to please a man? Really? Oh, really? Oh, hang on for a second. I do got to take this. Hang on. Sorry about that. I did have to take that call. How should a traditional woman like me, 30 years old, be able to please a man? All right, it doesn't matter traditional, it doesn't matter untraditional, it doesn't matter age. Men want sex from beautiful women. That's it. Don't make it complicated. Now, here's where I need you to listen to me. Okay? If you want to get a man, it can't be what you want. It can't be. And of course, I'm speaking to the larger female audience here in the United States and the West. But if you want to get a guy, you have to consider what the men want. Men want sex. Period. Now, if you want to keep a man around, you have to be pleasant. You have to be supporting. You can't nag. You can't argue. No leftist politics. You have to support him. I don't mean financially, but like you support him, which I guess just means don't get in his way and don't annoy him. Be sweet and kind. It's not complicated. So to get a man sexually, be physically attractive. That usually means thin, big boobs, long hair, be feminine. We all knew this. We all knew this about 50 years ago. It wasn't a secret. It isn't a secret now. All right? So you have to be physically attractive. Then the guy will want to at least sleep with you. And that's the first requirement, is physical attraction. If you would like to keep him, more I imagine in your angling or your aims is to be marriage, be sweet, be kind. And I cannot emphasize this enough as I get older. It's not be obedient, but be supportive. Do not question him. Do not argue with him. Don't nag him. I don't know if they got that in your country or not. Probably. Be a nice, sweet, supporting woman. Be like Aunt B in the Andy Griffith Show. I don't know if they show that in your state or your country or not. That's all it is. Now, you got to be careful, because some guys are trash. And we all know how you girls like T-Rash. You don't, but most girls in the West do. And you choose the wrong guy, and he's a scumbag, he's a criminal, and then you got to fight with them. Well, okay, now you can't be supportive and demure, because they'll take advantage of you. So you got to find a good quality man. I know, Snoresville. Am I right, ladies? Oh, a CPA who's reliable and good with his money and has great hair. OMG, how boring, how droll. I want the criminal who murdered 3 people. That gets the VTs going. All right. So, don't make it complicated. How do you make an ice cream sundae? Ice cream, chocolate sauce, sprinkles, whipped cream, and cherry. How do I get a guy? Be thin, be hot, satisfy him sexually. If you would like to keep the guy, if you would like to get married to the quality guy, be feminine, be nice, be demure, be supportive. And don't freaking nag. That's it. There it is. Formula. Whoa, 17 secret herbs and spices. The secret formula to Coke. How do I get a man? There you go. Just don't tell anyone. We don't want it to be too complicated. I have admire a Catholic virtuous guy in a foreign country, not your country, studying theology. We are friends at the moment. We talk. Do you recommend me have savings and visit him by next year? And if I go up here, I asked about him. And is this guy studying to become a priest? A lot of pretty pictures. A very pretty girl. So he sent me a picture of this guy. Do they like have a class on douchebag identification? Like, do you girls, like, does anyone sit you down? Should you not talk to your dad? Run this picture of this guy past your dad. What don't you see about this guy that, like, this is douchebag central right here? I don't care what country he's from. I don't care that he's studying theology. I look at that, I'm like, I want to punch him. All right, theology doesn't pay. Let's go through it. All right, he may or may not become a priest. Well, that's kind of an important thing, don't you think? Because priests don't get married and have sex. Well, some of them have sex, but you're not supposed to. For now, he's looking to find a job as a barista. The long-term goal of studying to become a therapist. What's with the theology degree for? Who is this guy? This guy's a loser. I know he's very pretty. I know he's T-Rash. Everyone's like, what's the guy look like? I don't want to identify him, but he looks like T-Rash. He looks like a douchebag. He just looks like, oh yeah, that's the guy you'd fall in love with as a teenager. That's the guy that's going to get you pregnant and run away from you. I don't care whether he's studying to become a preacher or not. Photo. I've fallen in love with him as we talk about things, but he just sees me as a friend. We've been talking for just 1 week, and I am such a fool in love. Okay, all right. You've never met this guy, okay? No, you're not in love with this guy, and he told you he just wants to be friends. That's it. No, and your worlds apart. No. And on top of it, what? Are there not any good quality men in your country? There's no quality men in your country? You can't find a quality guy that has the same cultural background, religious background? So let me scroll down. All these nice pictures. Very pretty girl, by the way. Where to go? Oh, here are the questions. I have admired a Catholic virtuous guy in Poland studying a joke of it. Do you recommend me have savings and visit him by next year? No. He told you just want to be friends. You're just talking to this guy on the internet. He looks like a douchebag. He doesn't have a real serious degree or study. And here's one thing I'll tell you about this. I can safely say this woman is not in the West. I could tell you this about the West, though. There are plenty of virtuous, good-looking guys who are real men, who are serious about their degrees and disciplines and studies in their career. You should be able to find a guy that is equally good-looking, who is also Catholic. You're looking for a Catholic person. Okay, that's fine. And has a real job. And this guy looks like he ain't some kid. This guy is squarely in his 30s. This guy's a loser. Sorry to sound like your dad, but he's a loser. There is a surplus of good-looking enough Catholic, well-employed, professional career type of men in the West. And you're a pretty enough, young enough girl that you can have your pick of the litter. All right? There's a surplus because the women in this country are not interested in quality men. Women in the West are just not interested, and they're only interested in exceptionally attractive men. And in general, they're not interested in marriage and children at all. Right? You can come in and swoop in and take yourself a solid 8. You're pretty enough. You could probably get yourself a 9. And there's a lot of Catholics in the United States. You should be able to find a Catholic man. Right. But this guy, you got to have standards. I know he's very pretty. I know he's so attractive. But you need to find a guy. You got to stop looking at how pretty they are, and you got to start looking at the resume. That guy can barely support himself. He's still in school, for God's sake. You support yourself way more. You got more entrepreneurial hustle and work ethic. And he should come fly and visit you. You don't have the money to be flying visiting people in the first world. They come visit you. Okay. How would you rate me on a scale 1 to 10 in terms of beauty? I guess we gotta slice it several ways here. In the United States, you'd be a 10. Women are just not as pretty as you. You are wearing dresses and all your things. You have long hair. You are also physically beautiful. You have a very pretty face. You got nice cans. You say you got to lose weight and you're fasting or intermittent fasting. Yeah, I guess you're a little overweight. You could maybe lose 5 pounds, 10 most. But yeah, you're gorgeous. I mean, especially for Western nations, you're very pretty. You're a linear 10, meaning you would easily be in the top 10% of Western women. I mean, you wear a dress, but keep in mind standards have just cratered here in the West right now. We got girls with tattoos on their faces and pierced and all that. So, in the fact that you're feminine, that's a huge thing. But you are also a very attractive woman. So you're a linear 10. Gaussian distribution in the United States, you'd be a 9. You'd be a solid 9. Very attractive, very pretty. And if you lost a little bit of weight, you could probably push that to a 9.5. But I honestly don't think you would have to. I gotta imagine you're attractive enough in your home country to find a guy. There's your old man and your mom. I think that's your old man and your mom. They're married. God, why don't you go talk to your parents and have them recommend some? You should talk to your old man. But yeah, you're very attractive. And maybe in your culture, like if you're 30, you're kind of what they call the leftover women in Japan or Korea, I forget where it is, or China. But you would I can't imagine you're going to have problems in your home country. I can't imagine that you'd have problems in Western countries. So maybe in your home country, you're only at 8. Maybe you have to lose more weight to be more attractive in your home country. But if you go for an away game, if you go foreign in the West, you would definitely turn heads. Do you have any virtuous men to recommend? 30 years old, would like to have a family, become Jew Ward Cleaver whilst having an online job and have trouble dating as I cannot find a good man. Really? You can't find a good guy in your home country? I mean, I have no problem recommending you. And sure, a ton of guys are going to email me, hey, you got a girl. And I'd have to find some. I got some guys. Do they have to be Catholic? And here's another big thing. Are you going to have sex? Because if you're not, I mean, pre-marriage, yeah, you're going to have to go strictly with the Catholics. Very strictly with, and practicing not like, only Catholic in name. Are you okay with just virtuous men or Christian men in general? Will you date Lutherans? Will you date, I don't know, Episcopalians, Baptists? I am Catholic and waiting for marriage to the right Catholic man. All right, so you want a Catholic man. All right, how much would a video cost? Email, blah, 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 blah. All right. Here's what I would do. First, I would talk to your father. See if he has any recommendations of good men that you should go and date a little bit. All right. Second, I would go to the Catholic Church in your country, see if there are any quality men within your culture. Third, if you really want to meet a guy, if you're okay dating overseas, I would go to American or Western European, I don't know, wherever you find men most attractive. The pictures you sent me there are just fine. And go set up yourself a dating profile on Tinder. But I would probably go Christian Singles, or find a Catholic dating site in the United States or in Europe because you insist on a Catholic man. I think there's also, now, Seeking Arrangement is definitely not the religious one. What was the religious one? All you need is a picture and a paragraph. eHarmony. Try eHarmony. And let people know you're from overseas, but you're looking for a Catholic man. And for whatever reason, you can't find one in your home country. I think your pictures, let's take a look at your pictures here. They're almost too good. They're going to think you are a scam. They're going to think you're a scam. So I would use the picture with your father and your mother, shows you're a traditional girl. I would use the one of you enjoy capitalism picture. It's a very cute picture. The other ones would look like, it would scare me that like you're a bot, that you're not real. And try not to have too good of pictures. Like dress up, be feminine, wear that. But I'm talking the lighting. Don't make it look like it's a professional photo shoot. Like get a picture of you standing at your favorite place in your country. Like where you're outside doing normal things. So people know it's not a scam. All right. Definitely a picture of you and your parents. So they know that you got parents. It's real. Maybe a picture of you, I don't know, doing something normal, biking, having food at a local restaurant. And you are so attractive and so feminine looking, you should have absolutely no problem getting a ton of men responding to you. And then I would be very judicious, very precise in who you respond to. Make sure they have a real job. Make sure that they have a real degree. Make sure that they're really Catholic. Make sure that they want the same thing. And after some online communication, then you could see if that guy will fly out to your home country, or maybe you meet in between. I don't know. And then kind of go from there. But you should have absolutely no problem finding a ton of guys, some of which in there have got to be quality marriage material men. It's just your real job. Well, you're comfortable working online because you make your money online. You're going to have to sift through a lot. You're going to have to kiss a lot of frogs. You're going to have to go through a lot of profiles. And then in that regard, what I would do is I would almost look at like Bumble and set to Catholic, because that's where the girls respond first, and go the Catholic route. Absolutely go the Catholic route. And then if you wanted, go visit the United States sometime and go hang out with some Catholic people. See if there's, but man, you're gonna have a domestic front and a foreign front. So your domestic front, find people locally, go to church. Foreign front, dating programs, dating sites, eHarmony. I try Bumble as well. I don't know what they use in Europe, in case you like Europeans more. And then kind of your pictures. Yeah, the capitalism picture and the picture with your folks is good. And the rest of your pictures, you're trying too hard. I guess you could lose a little bit of weight. Yeah, look at this cute little, look at that. You got a rose-colored skirt. Oh, look, you got dimples. Oh, geez, look at her. She's swell. So I will try and find some Catholic guys here. They're going to have to go for an away game. They're going to have to fly out to meet you. But if it's Catholic, you insist on Catholic. But you're doing everything you can you're doing all the hard work. You're being pretty. You're being feminine. And you're even working and got your own side gig going on. So you're not a financial liability coming to some marriage with, $100,000 degree for a poetry degree. So you're doing good there. You just got to start casting some lines in the water and reaching out. And you got to have standards, for God's sake. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do one on Teachable. Douchebag identification for women, where you get like, okay, here's how you identify. Oh, I was so in love. How'd you know? Well, let me count the ways. Exactly what does one do with a degree in guitar music therapy? Okay, that's the first hint. But he was so pretty. Oh. All right, let's scroll up. Got some super chats here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing, but I don't think he's Catholic. Scrolling. Yeah, Rich Cooper. I don't know if he's religious or not. Send him up. Man, what is going? Man, we got a lot of people in the chat room. There was. Here we go. CRXP 25 SAR. Singaporean? What's SAR? For minimalists that only have a backpack with my stuff in it, do I need to go into debt to buy a home to be secure when I become old? Well, to buy a home, you usually will have to go into debt unless you work up an amazing amount of money to pay cash for a house. My fix to that is that you do your reconnaissance, you travel the world, you find out where you want to live, and then you buy property, just the land, which would obviously be cheaper than the home. And then you live either on a trailer or a van. You could get a what's it called? A prefab home. And you just live on it. And then maybe you sell a piece of the land to build a larger home if and when you meet the right girl and she wants to start a family or wants to live with you. So that's never going to happen. Oh, you had hope. And then girls come out to your big, large ass field with your small little dinky house, and they're like, "Oh, a 1-bedroom. Oh, where do you live here?" Yeah, I own the place. Oh, where would I put all my tremendous amount of crap? Brandon Gaffey, $5. Finally caught you live. Thanks for the tip on spearfish when I was up there a couple weeks ago. That's definitely an underrated part of the U.S. Yeah, a bunch of people from. Oh yeah. Thanks, but this is the guy who brought me Rooster Booster Light. Yeah, did you do the Spearfish Canyon? It is very pretty up there. Yeah, Spearfish, nice town, very nice town. I can't afford to live in Spearfish. I can't afford to live in Rapid City. Poe. T-Rash. Hey, T-Rash. You want to go over to a foreign country, make a little girl swoon, huh? T-Rash. $5. Send it my way, Cap. It's gonna be a away game for you, T-Rash. You're gonna have to fly over there. T-Rash. Who knew we have the T-Rash here? This is the one that the girls are always telling me about. Like, oh, he left me. Man, you get around, man. All these girls I know. Surprised we haven't crossed paths with all the women I've heard you've been with. All right, I think we're caught up. We're caught up. There you go. All right, see you guys. Oh, hey, Black Kojak's in the office. All right, we'll see you guys later. I know Atham is here. See, there's Atham. There's Kojak. All right, said hi to you two, Han Yonkers. All right, now I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.